doing the mid-year book freakout, and I may have put on my Hello Kitty glasses to distract you from the fact that I'm wearing the same clothes as my last video because I filmed them back to back. So are you distracted? Are you? This amazing tag was created by Charmy from Read Like Wildfire and Ellie from Ellie Jane, and I will leave links to their channels below. And I was tagged by the lovely Sarah from Sarah without an H. So let's get straight into the tag. Best book you've read so far in 2015, and for me so far that would be Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It is my first V.E. Schwab book, and I heard a lot of people talk about it, but I didn't really think it was up my alley until I think I saw Yesy from TheBookVagrant talk about it, and I thought, sounds kind of interesting, and I loved it. It was a 5-star read for me, and it really made me miss that feeling that you get when you read a fantastic, well-written standalone book. Number 2 is best book you've read so far in 2015, and that would be Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Oh my holy goodness, that entire series, I just binge read the whole thing because there was just so much action. It was so fast paced. I had my heart in my mouth the whole time, and I just loved Elena's character development. I loved meeting Nikolai, I loved the Darkling, I loved Mal. I would give it a 10 out of 5 stars if I could. Number 3 is name a new release that you haven't read yet but that you want to, and that would be A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I recently read the Throne of Glass series last month, and I really enjoyed Sarah J Maas's writing style. It's nothing super unique, but it is really fast paced. I love her world building, I love her character development, and I've heard some amazing things about Tamlin, so my heart is ready. My heart is ready for you, Tamlin. Number 4 is name my most anticipated release for the second half of the year. This would have to be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I was having a conversation with Sarah from Sarah without an H, and I told her it could honestly be about flying pigs and I'd probably read it because Leigh Bardugo is just one of my favorite authors now. Number 5 is biggest disappointment of 2015, and this is going to be a hugely unpopular opinion, and I'm really sorry. I wish it wasn't so, but I will have to say that it was Legend by Marie Lu. And when I say biggest disappointment, Legend wasn't necessarily my lowest rating of the year. It's just that I had hyped it up so much. It sounded like it was going to be right up my alley, and I loved the premise of the book. But when I actually read it, it didn't live up to my expectations, unfortunately. I thought the romance was a bit insta-lovey, and I didn't buy into it. And I don't know, the writing itself was really good, but I just really thought that a lot more could have been done with the plot, and the characters, they just weren't my favorite characters. So I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you do love Legend, but unfortunately it's a series that I do not think I will be finishing. Number 6 is biggest surprise, and that would be Let's Get Lost by Adi Al-Sayed. And I mentioned in my wrap-up last month that I wasn't expecting big things from this book. Even from the blurb, I just thought that it was going to be another road trip story with another protagonist who was just a standard it girl. And the book was so much more than that. It was touching, it was heartfelt. I loved all the characters. I thought Adi Al-Sayed did a fantastic job of wrapping up the individual plot lines and bringing it to a closure, and it was just really well written, and I can't wait to read more from Adi Al-Sayed. Number 7 is favorite new author, and this can be either a debut author or someone who is new to you, and for this I picked Jessica Shervington. She's actually an Australian author, and I read her duology Corruption and Disruption, or is it the other way around? No, it's Disruption and Corruption earlier this year, and oh my god guys, it is one of my favorite reads of 2015. There was just so much action, there was so many plot twists, and I loved the 2 main characters. Jessica's actually written one standalone novel called Between the Lives, I think, and also the Embrace series. I adored her writing style and I adored her main character. Can't wait to see if she releases more new books. She's definitely become an author for me. Number 8 is newest fictional crush, and please guys, as if I could choose just one. So here we go. There's The Darkling, Noah Shaw, Cricket Bell, Kale Westfall, Quentin Mercer, and just one sweet guy named Jem Carystairs. So yeah, I think that's about it, sort of, maybe. That's all that comes to mind at this point, but I pretty much pick up at least one new fictional crush from every book I read. It's becoming a slight problem. Number 9 is newest favorite character, and that would have to be Mara from the Mara Dyer trilogy. I know she's a bit of a hit and miss character for some people. A lot of people thought that her transformation in the last 2 books was a bit wacko, but I actually really liked that Mara owned herself. There's actually a point, I think, in the 3rd book where someone's mentioning something about fixing her, and she says, you know what? I don't need fixing. I like who I'm becoming, and I'm going to own it. And I just think that's such a refreshing thought for a female protagonist to have. The other thing that I really liked about her was that she got told at multiple points in the book that if she stayed with Noah, she would lead him to an early death. And instead of doing the whole I'm going to break up with him for his own good trope, she actually thought, you know what? I love him and I'm going to stick with it. So Mara Dyer, she is just such a kick-ass character, and she's definitely become one of my favourite fictional characters of 2015. Number 10 is a book that made you cry in 2015, and that would be Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. If you guys have read this book, you will know exactly what scene I'm talking about. I am talking about the chapter titled Parabatai. I might have screamed while I read that chapter. Even thinking about it now, I can't even, guys. I'm actually tearing up. Okay, we gotta stop. Number 11 is a book that made you happy, and that for me would be Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. God, it is such an adorable book. Cricket Bell is definitely one of my favorite new fictional characters of this year. This book in particular is definitely going to be a reread for me, and I feel like if I ever have a bad day or if I fall into a reading slump, Lola and the Boy Next Door is definitely going to be my go-to to make me feel happier. Number 12 is favourite book to movie adaptation that you've watched this year, and I've only watched 2. That would be Insurgent and The Dove, and I actually haven't read The Dove, so I really can't comment on how it compares to the book. In terms of Insurgent, it was very, very different to the book. Like, I'm pretty sure every 5 seconds I turned around to my friend and I was like, that wasn't in the book, was it? I feel like the way that it was adapted was more suited to people who haven't read the books, and I actually think that's a very good thing. A lot of people sort of want movie adaptations to be a word-for-word, page-for-page translation of the book, and that's not what an adaptation is. An adaptation is like an interpretation of the book. So in terms of an actual adaptation, I think the Insurgent movie did a very good job of creating a world that other people who may not have necessarily read the book would enjoy and would understand. And I don't know, I think they did a really good job, and Jai Courtney's a babe, so just saying. Number 13 is favourite video that you have done this year, and I don't know, I feel kind of weird, like saying that I love one of my videos or that I have a favourite video that I've done this year. I guess if I had to pick, it would be my top 10 fictional love declaration, only because it's an original and there was a lot of swooning. Yeah, I guess if I had to pick, it would be that one. I don't know. Number 14 is most beautiful book that you've bought so far or received, and that would definitely be my 10th anniversary edition of Looking for Alaska by John Green, with the gold foil on the outside and the black spray painted edges, and you're beautiful. And number 15, I don't have 15 fingers, what am I doing? Number 15 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I need to read the Shadow Me series, otherwise Mel from Books with Wings is probably going to feed me to The Darkling if I don't read it soon. Wrath in the Dawn, I need to read the Mistborn trilogy, the Angel Fall series. I need to read a lot of books. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, because I mean, I do have a job and I do have, like, you know, friends I need to see and food I need to eat, but I'm working on it, guys. So that is it for my mid-year book freakout. Thank you so much, Sarah, for tagging me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what your favorite books so far in 2015 have been and what you are most excited about for the rest of the year. And I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye now.